Hey guys, this is Candle and welcome to a new Let's Play. Yes, we're keeping that MYST train rolling. We're doing MYST 4 Revelation, which may end up getting the similar muting treatment that MYST 3 did. Sorry about that. It's content ID, you know. But yes, this was produced by Cyan Worlds. Was it published? No, it was published by Ubisoft, wasn't it? Yeah. So I think this actually came out after Uru. However, this is the last MYST game to be like purely point and click and to use live action FMV characters. Uru was completely 3D, and so was MYST 5, as well as, you know, Real MYST Masterpiece, and so on. Alright. So yeah, the ending of MYST 1 has been retconned, and it seems that the red and blue books did not get destroyed in those fires. So now we get to see what's going on with Cirrus and Achenar. MYST 4 Revelation. So yeah, hopefully we will not get as many content ID claims from Jack Wall, who was the composer for MYST 3. I think he did the music for MYST 4 as well. So yeah. But yeah, we're gonna do this one first, then we may go back and do Uru and then MYST 5. Because Uru is a bit of a weird game for the MYST franchise. Anyways, I do want to confirm a few things in the options, specifically resolution. Yes, 1024 by 768. I am blowing this up to 4K for both my benefit and your guys' benefit. But that's what this game is actually running as, 1024 by 768. That's the highest it supports, which was a fairly standard resolution at the time. I do want subtitles on. This game does have help, a help map. I may end up using that. I don't know. Like with MYST, like with Riven and Exile, I'm not as familiar with Revelation as I am with MYST 1. So there is a good chance I may end up having to look at a guide. We'll see what happens. But for now, let's just go ahead and start a new game, shall we?
This part's really, really cool if you're not afraid of tight spaces. Dad and me aren't, but sometimes Mom has to close her eyes when I'm driving. I think she's not home right now, because I never could have picked you up by myself if she were.
So that is Yisha. It's been a few more years.
Hey, is that a new image recorder you've got? How cool. And I know the perfect spot to use it. Hang on.
Yeah, it's been another few years since Exile. Probably like 7 years or so. 7 or 8 years. Judging by Yisha's appearance. When last we saw her, she was still just a baby, so... And yes, we get to finally explore Tomahna. We didn't really get to explore it in Exile, we just got to see little snippets of it.
Isn't Tomahna pretty from here?
Yes, it is.
I remember some of the other times you visited us. You've always liked stopping here. It's one of my favorite spots, too.
Alright.
Go ahead. Take a picture.
How do I do that? Oh, we actually have a camera now.
Just make sure your thumb's not in the shot. Dad always ruins his images.
Uh-huh. So I may not have to actually use my phone. You can take up to 2,000 pictures.
Did you get it?
Yes.
I think you should keep it in your journal. That way you can take it out and look at it whenever you miss it.
Okay, I think that's this thing here. So yeah, it's been a few years since Exile, but apparently we've visited several more times since. And yes, we are in fact the same player character.
I'll tell Dad you're here.
Uru is a different player character, and I think Mist 5 is as well, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember well enough. But yeah, Mist 1 through 4 is in fact the same player character for all of them. Hello? You can kind of tap stuff too. Alright. Get me back out of here. Thank you. Can I grab this? Yes. Ah, you gotta hold it this time. Okay. Hopefully that won't trip me up again. Like it did in Exile. Oh, that was so annoying. I do like how the hand changes to show like what you can interact with and whether or not you can move in a specific place. Well, not much in here. Alright, let's go back out a second. This is, I would imagine, Atris's workshop. I kind of want to see what's on that page, but it's not letting me get closer. I can go over here, though. Alright. Not quite what I was expecting when I saw that. Some pages. But nothing much else. Okay, let's go get back out. Let's close that up. Can I can open this? Alright, there's not much there, though. This is mostly just set dressing right now. Alright, I guess we can move a little bit closer. Ah, and there he is, the man himself.
Hello, my friend. So you made it in one piece. So, Isha's driving wasn't too erratic, I hope. Well, you're probably wondering why I asked you. The truth is, I need your help. As you know, my sons, Cirrus and Achenar, were trapped 20 years ago after they destroyed many of the ages I'd written. At the time, Catherine and I decided to leave them imprisoned because we'd hoped it might reform them. And now Catherine believes our sons should be released. But I need an objective opinion. I must find out if either Cirrus or Achenar deserve to be freed, and you're the only one we can trust. Remember my old crystal viewer? I've made some changes to it, and I haven't yet calibrated its sound component. It'll actually be quicker if we do this together, and I can show you the two prison ages before we link to them. So if you step to the panel behind you, we can begin.
All right. So we've got our first puzzle, which is right here.
Okay, I'm going to transmit a waveform that's being generated by the first prison age. It will appear as a yellow line in your right hand.
Okay.
Here it comes. In order to hear Haven, we must manipulate the blue line until it exactly matches that waveform. The blue line is the result of two combined signals, which we'll manipulate separately using the 3 dials, amplitude, frequency, and phase. But first, we have to select the signal to manipulate, so move the slider left or right.
Okay. This thing? No. This thing.
Now turn the leftmost dial to adjust the signal's amplitude or volume.
All right.
The left dial seems well adjusted. Try turning the center dial to adjust the signal's frequency. Try selecting a different signal. Try moving the slider. Adjust the leftmost dial.
I'm not really liking how much you are
The amplitude seems fine.
kind of...
Now turn the dial on the far right to adjust the signal's phase.
Yeah, he's just kind of guiding me through it.
1 second, I'll lock in the adjustments and send you the waveform for Spire, the second prison age. Here it comes.
Not sure I'm liking that so much.
Try the amplitude. That's the leftmost dial. Try turning down.
Really? Down?
The volume sounds okay. Try the frequency. That's the center dial. Slower.
Really?
More frequency.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think that might be it.
Decrease. The
That's too much?
Frequency's pretty close now.
Okay.
Adjust the phase dial. Try moving the slider to select a different signal.
Yeah.
Try the leftmost dial. The amplitude seems
Yeah, this
fine.
one is a little bit tougher.
Reposition the phase.
It seems pretty close.
Try moving the slider. Try the dial on the
All right.
farther left. Keep moving it to the right.
No, honestly, I think that's...
Left.
Really?
Try selecting a different signal.
Yeah, this one's... Okay, this one's tougher. And even his
Try adjusting the phase.
his guidance isn't actually that helpful or useful.
It's not at the right position.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
Too big of an adjustment, I think. Try moving the slider.
Wow.
My fault. I shouldn't have changed it. Try moving the slider to select a different signal. Reposition the phase.
I can't
The phase is
change that much.
Turn the amplitude dial. No, not the frequency. The speed is pretty good. The amplitude is...
Yeah.
Try moving the slider.
Oh, come on.
Try the center dial.
Nope, too low. See, I feel like that's
Try
pretty
moving the
damn
slider to
close.
select a different signal.
Is the phase off a little?
Keep moving it to the right.
Really? Because that...
Try selecting a different signal.
Okay.
Try the phase dial. It's the one on the right.
There we go.
The phase's positioning seems fine. Try adjusting the amplitude.
There we go. Gotcha. Finally.
Don't change a thing. I'll just lock it in here.
All right. That one took a little bit.
Got it. Well done, my friend. You should be able to hear both prison ages now. So let's begin, shall we? What in the name? What a mess. The image modulator short-circuited wires are completely fused. Well, the viewer itself seems okay.
That's good at least.
So maybe if I link to rhyme.
Yeah, this definitely came out after.
Right. Slight change in plans, my friend. Explosion must have shut down the main power supply and damaged the viewer's external image modulator. There's another one on rhyme, so I'm gonna link there and retrieve it. Oh, I'll have to stop at the cleft for some tools first. Why don't you get full power restored while I'm gone? Go to the water wheel control room. Close both emergency release gates, then come back here and use the crystal viewer to contact me. The crystal combination to see rhyme is in my journal.
So that is really interesting. I didn't think rhyme was canon.
Oh, you'll have to turn on the roof antenna before the viewer will work.
So yeah.
Keep an eye on Yisha.
Oh, I will.
I'll be back.
Okay. So yeah, this definitely takes place after Real Mist, or it came out after Real Mist. And Real Mist introduced us to Rhyme. It was the fifth hidden age. And I didn't think it was canon because it wasn't included in the Real Mist, or sorry, the Mist 2020 remake, to the best of my knowledge. So interesting. So yeah, this thing is definitely busted. Alright. Let's get out of here. So we're supposed to view Rhyme, view Yisha, turn on the antenna, all kinds of stuff. Alright, I think these are different viewers to view specific ages, maybe? That looks important. Okay, let's go ahead and take a picture. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna use my phone. It'll be more convenient for me. There we go. That way it's not warped by the fisheye-ish lens. There's something underneath. Aha! Alright, there's another one. Might be worth taking a picture of. There we go. Okay, so that's it for there for now. What is this gonna do? Whoa. So we can, like, really look around. Interesting. Okay, but we're not really able to do much here. So let's get back out and continue looking around. Alright. So you gotta go to the roof, I think, in order to do something with the antenna. Yeah, I can look out on Tomahna now. And use different depth of field effects. Alright, would that be here? What is this? I don't know what that is. That might be important, it might not be. Alright, at least we can get into this. Can you go up? No, that just closed the door. That let us out. Ah, that's what I wanted. Apparently that's not gonna... I don't know, I don't think we need to leave just yet. I don't think we're supposed to leave just yet. Alright, it would be nice if, you know, there was like a journal that told us like what our current objective was, just in case you miss it. It said something about the combination, the crystal combination for Rhyme being near his desk. Hello. We found a journal. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. 97-9-15. I'm always surprised by how good it feels to return home after one of my journeys. In the day, heat shimmers off the cliffs, bathing me in unexpected warmth. At night, gentle breezes stir the lake, and I often hear Catherine singing to Yisha. The sound of their voices fills me with such joy. I find myself wondering why I ever left. Perhaps I am more aware of this tonight, having spent so much time alone in Rhyme. The trip was unavoidable. It has been weeks since I viewed Cirrus and Achenar's prison ages, and I needed to be assured of their safety. The crystal viewer did not show much, so I began considering how I might improve it. I am now fairly certain I can achieve a tighter image if I redesign the mechanism itself. I have yet to tell Catherine of these plans. I do not wish to raise her hopes prematurely. So yeah, Rhyme is where we first encountered the crystal viewer, and the main puzzle of that age, it didn't lock us into the age like the previous ones did. Instead, you could actually pretty much get back to MYST almost immediately. But the main puzzle of that age was figuring out what the actual crystal combination was to view Riven, kind of as an Easter egg. 9:22. After far too brief a visit with my family, I have returned to Rhyme to conduct preliminary tests. The frigid temperatures in this age are vital for the crystals to function, yet I find it increasingly difficult to work in the cold. Perhaps I can find a way to simulate extreme temperatures inside the viewer itself, so that I can install it in Tomahna when ready. Okay, so cooling unit, crystal. Oh, because in Rhyme it was very cold, and it kind of depended on that and kind of like the Northern Lights equivalent thing. So blank linking book, crystal selector, crystal containment holders, cooling unit. I don't think we need to know that. 97:10:1. Tonight I set aside experimentation for a few hours to watch the lights illuminate Rhyme's sky. Their beauty has not dimmed since first I saw them. I could not fully enjoy the show, however, for it put me in mind of Cirrus and Achenar and the months we spent here constructing the towers. Soon, what had been a happy memory for me was mired in regrets. I doubt I will ever know what caused my sons to become so greedy. I only know that when they looked at the ages described in my library, fantastic worlds one could travel to easily simply by touching a book's linking panel, they saw only dreams of wealth and power. They devised a plan. An evil plan. When my back was turned, they linked to my ages, plundered and destroyed them. I know Cirrus and Achenar must pay a price for these crimes, yet it brings me no joy to picture them stranded on the two uninhabited ages I wrote to protect my library from thieves. I only hope that my sons will someday reject their wicked yearnings and find it in their hearts to reform. So that's basically giving you a basic overview of MYST 1, just in case you haven't played it. 10:27. After experimenting with several liquid gases, I have found a pressure variable that should allow the crystal viewer to function in Tomahna. Tomorrow I link to Relishun to enlist help from the Guild of Machinists. 98:110. Catherine was unusually subdued when I showed her the new blueprints. She trusts that the viewer will work, but wishes we could visit our sons in person. I would like that as well, but until I am convinced of remorse, I cannot risk their escaping. 98:47. I was fairly certain the evaporator coils would work, and indeed I was able to achieve a blurry image of Spire within the new viewer's blank book. Unfortunately, a more powerful suppressor is needed to stabilize the image. Guildmaster Andritus suggested that I install several geodes inside the roof of the observatory, then use an antenna to focus them. This should amplify the clean frequency enough so that the crystal viewer can work. So this is where we are, is the observatory itself. 98:629. Success. Not only was I able to view both Spire and Haven, but I also saw my laboratory on Rhyme quite clearly. The crystal code for Rhyme was difficult to remember, having not had much reason to use it previously. I must make a full list of codes, soon. But for now, I will keep Rhyme's close at hand. So that's what we were looking for in here. Got a picture of that real quick. My neighbor's dog is barking. I don't know if you guys can hear that. You can hear it softly through the walls. Okay, camera again. Okay, 98:10:9. I always knew my sons had great potential, but today I saw something that truly amazed me. Cirrus is harnessing electricity. At least that is what I assume, for the viewer caught a brief glimpse of something I have never before seen in his age. It had to be a man-made construction. A burst of interference destabilized the image before I could study the device properly, but its existence offers proof that at least one of my sons is making the most of his confinement rather than wallowing in despair. 98, 10, 15. The interference effect is curious. It had disrupted my viewing of ages on more than one occasion. Although I first assumed it to be a problem with the geodes, I now believe it to be subsonic in origin. I think the roof antenna is picking up wave fluctuations emitted by one or more ages. If this is true, I might be able to use the fluctuations to hear what is occurring in an age. I shall have to think on this carefully. Yeah, that would actually be interesting. You'd be able to not only see and watch, but to listen in. 99, 426. It has been an exciting 2 weeks. Catherine, Yisha, and I have just returned from Relishan, which we never actually get to see, I don't think, where I spent most of my time in conversations with various guildmasters. I am now convinced that the shape and color of the crystals gives them individual resonance signatures. By combining the resonances of 5 crystals together, I can discover a global pattern of emissions, a sound signature, as it were, that is unique to the age being viewed. Guildmaster Andritus assisted me in drawing up plans for a filtration panel that will enable the antenna to hone in on whatever wave fluctuations I want. I truly will be able to listen in on an age. So that's what we were doing, was adjusting the wave fluctuation of the crystal viewer to match one of the ages. Tomorrow I begin building the panel. I have decided to use Rhyme as its present preset configuration, since that is the age which first enabled me to construct a crystal viewer. 99, 721. The panel is finished. I am too tired to test it tonight. 100, 1, 2. Catherine tried to hide it, but the sounds we heard coming from Akinar's prison age nearly brought her to tears. Once I had to reassure her of his safety. My words eventually convinced her, but I know she longs for more substantive proof. I fear she may take matters into her own hands soon. I must confess, I too long for more information than the viewer is currently providing. Tomorrow I shall link to Rhyme. I have an idea for an attachment, something akin to a moving eye that will allow me to change points of view while using the crystal viewer. If it works, I may be able to finally see if my sons have reformed. So that might be the moving eye. And this is where Akinar currently is, probably. So I just noticed the date here. It says 100. I'd assume the 99, the 97, 98, 99 was just, shorthand for like 1999 or whatever. But this 100 implies it's not. I'm assuming that might actually be years since the fall of Dunny, maybe. That might be what they're marking their calendar. That, or it's some kind of a Dunny calendar. So like the years since the start of the current era, the current Dunny era. I don't know. I don't know enough about Dunny culture, how they mark time and stuff like that. But I would assume it might be that, which honestly would kind of make sense. That it'd be 100 years, because the Dunny do tend to live longer than regular humans. I think Tiana, Atris's grandmother, I think she was like over 100 when she died. I'm not sure. Gen was obviously like in his 70s. Well, no, Gen would have had to have been over 100 as well, because Gen was a child when Dunny fell. But he was played by an actor who looked like he was in his 70s, maybe 80s, but more likely, late 60s, early 70s. So I don't know, are the dates here based on the fall of Dunny? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the months are just, the same months we have on Earth. Because, spoilers, the Dunny are either originally from Earth, or that at least that's where they settled, because that's where Dunny is. It's underneath I want to say the Mojave Desert. I could be wrong, but it's underneath one of the deserts in the American West. Not necessarily the Southwest, because it might be in Utah. I'm not sure. But is Utah part of the Mojave? I'd have to look that up. I don't remember. I know the Mojave covers like pretty much all of Nevada and a good chunk of like Arizona and New Mexico as well. So probably Utah as well as part of the Mojave. I don't know. Anyways, that is it for that reading, and that is it for this journal. Okay, so how do I get out of here? Do I just right click? Yes. Okay, so right click. All right, so that gives us some insight of stuff to do, but I don't see how that helps us too much. I mean, we have the excuse me, we have the combination for rhyme, but first we have to sort some things out.